Are live, everybody. What's good? What's good, David? Hope you're having an amazing Friday. We are here for another episode of Friday Night Smackdown. I'm not gonna lie to you, Smackdown has been very, very interesting to watch these past few um, weeks since pretty much the year started and since they went back to 3 out of 4. I know it's been much of a stretch and everything like that, but they have been making it very, very watchable, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see how they're going to amp things up as we are heading into Saturday Night Main Event next Saturday, which we will have a tournament fatal four way. We'll have people be determined for that tonight or this afternoon to see who's going to be moving on to Saturday Night Main Event with the tournament, everything like that. Winner of that match will face Drew McIntyre, who is the new WWE champion at the Royal Rumble. I know it's very, very shocking that we're sitting here in the year 2026 heading into WrestleMania where Drew McIntyre is the WWE champion. I'm very, very shocked that they pulled the trigger last week, and I think it was one of those type of moments that I think they definitely delivered on, and I think needed to happen with everything happening going into WrestleMania, making it feel unpredictable, keeping the fans on their toes, not really knowing what to really expect. So I do like that. I will say that was a really cool moment, and we're looking forward to seeing what Drew McIntyre has to say tonight, or this afternoon. Sorry, you know what I mean. It's kind of one of those type of things, but I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. It's time for SmackDown. Yes, indeed, David. It is time for SmackDown. Honestly, I've been a person that bleeds blue. I'm a person that loves me some SmackDown. Who is going to win to fight? I feel like it's gonna be Sammy. I feel like Sammy is gonna be the one to win on, because you got to think Saturday Night Main Event next week is in Montreal, so it's in his hometown. Then you pretty much have his home away from home in Saudi Arabia with Royal Rumble. I do think they're going to set things up for him potentially competing for that championship, because I feel like they want to put Sami Zayn in a position to where it's like they're not shooting themselves in the foot by having him in the Royal Rumble where he probably doesn't end up winning, and then the fans are going to be very upset about it. So I think this is the kind of the best way to kind of shift things a little bit and kind of not really have the backlash be too major. But who knows? With everything that's been being unpredictable right now, who's to say that Drew McIntyre does not drop it to Sammy and he ends up winning? I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I would not be surprised for whatever reason. But who do you guys think is gonna advance tonight? I do think Sammy's gonna advance. I think Randy's advancing. Matt Cardona and Trick is gonna be very, very unpredictable. And then you got Solo and Damian Priest. So, Leo, do you think that Ben can win in his hometown? I would hope so, but I mean, especially with everything that's going on right now, I would love to see him win it. Now, I was playing 2K24 and I was Ray versus Eddie, and I hit a finish like 5 times, and he kicked out. Hey, you might be playing on Legend. You might be on Legend in difficulty. Playing something like that is like playing like Legend difficulty, if you ask me. Oh, Drew McIntyre. Are you guys happy with Drew being the new champion? Nah, it was normal. Like by submission. You want by submission? Was good, Alex? What's up? Was good? Was good? Was good? Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you coming in, like as always, showing love. Appreciate all of you stopping through and showing love. Actually, yo, Alex. And then I'm gonna send this to. I honestly felt like when he showed up last week, I didn't think he was gonna actually win. To be honest with you, nah, facts. If you're spoiling stuff, even though it's early in the day, you're getting banned. I'm sorry. Yeah, chat box, chat bots. Like, I don't have time for that. You start doing that stuff, you're getting banned. I'm being so serious. And they're giving him like a grand entrance already. Like it's WrestleMania already. Like, what is going on? They're giving this man like WrestleMania treatment already. I mean, I'm not mad at it. He deserves it. And then I believe next week we're gonna be early again because wait, I think it's gonna be early next week again, right? I think honestly all the shows for the rest of this month are gonna be early. Can y'all fact check me on that? Cause I do know. Do y'all would y'all know that chat? Are all of them gonna be early for the rest of this month? Because I know we're gonna have Rumble at 1 p.m. my time, and I believe we're getting Smackdown the day before in Saudi, so that's gonna be early. So what about is Raw gonna be early? Is SmackDown gonna be early next week and everything like that? Is I'm just trying to figure out. Do you do you guys think Powerhouse Hobbs appears today on SmackDown? It's a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility. Yeah, I thought Cody will win. I know WWE wants another run for Drew, but I want Cody to win. I mean, they could probably always give it back to Cody, but I would love to see what Cody can do, outside of the title picture. Because it's like, since WrestleMania 38, he's been competing for world championships for like the last three Manias. So I would love to see what they can do from a storyline perspective with him going into Mania without the title. Maybe we can get something like a Roman and Cody non-title, or maybe a Cody and Randy non-title. I feel like the possibility of them doing something along the lines of that is definitely there. Yeah, it was good, Katie. It was good. It was good. Oracle friend, he don't have to put David in timeout. Finally, Leo is champion. Araklavan, you didn't have to put him in timeout, Araklavan. He didn't do anything. Leo, do you think Powerhouse Hobbs versus Overfin would be a great match to see? I actually think it would. I actually think it would be. I feel like their styles being a powerhouse, absolutely. I feel like they're gonna. Honestly, I feel like Powerhouse Hobbs is gonna be what Bobby Lashley could be. They're giving him a long reign with it too. They're giving not a long run. They're giving him a long entrance, like it's WrestleMania. Drew deserves this though. Happy to see him as champion. Facts. He deserves to be champion. I mean, after all the hard work he's put in, carrying the company through pandemic and all that.
And he's going to soak it all in here in London.
Drew wins, but he deserves it, regular fan. What do you mean? He deserves the win. He deserved that win. I don't. I think he's gonna be. Or it's gonna probably be just a Prince gimmick. He's gonna probably be doing that. Yeah, Drew deserves this. I want to see him actually older, like going into Mania, even maybe past Mania potentially.
I prayed for this and it happened. I know it's been a rough few years in the UK here, but if there's somebody that can bring us together as our undisputed WWE champion, it's the first and only ever British WWE champion, Drew McIntyre.
I didn't. I didn't know he was the first British. I wish we still had Broken Dreams. Facts. We need that. We need that theme song back.
Man, the love I've been shown the past week's incredible. The text messages, the calls, the social media messages, getting cheered all across Europe, including tonight, you bunch of mentalists.
You're back, David. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's going on.
And I just want to say to each and every one of you out there, screw you.
All right, Cliff, it's okay to be a crybaby. Like we love wrestling.
Bad guy wrestling.
That's all it is. It's okay to be emotional about something.
Screw you. When I got fired, where were you? You want to jump on the bandwagon right now? 99% of you weren't there for me. When Roman Reigns and the Bloodline were making my life hell and screwing me over, there was no uprising, was there? How did you help me out? When CM Punk was screwing me over time and time again, you were cheering Roman and doing that stupid yeet with Jay. That's what you were doing. Then there's Cody and his referees. Match after match, I get screwed. Is there a hashtag for Drew? No, you did nothing. There's only one person I need to thank. The only person that ever believed in me and knew I could be world champion. And that person...
Was good. Was good. 2001 Hurricane.
So thank you, Drew McIntyre. If you want to chant something, chant thank you, Drew.
I get that, Oracular fan, but it's like, I mean, let them have their opinion, even if it's like it doesn't agree with yours. Just
The former.
it is what it is. I mean, we might like the Drew McIntyre. Some people are gonna think he's a transitional champion. Some people think he's gonna hold it longer. It's always gonna be how it is in wrestling, unfortunately, Oracular fan, where people are just not gonna agree with everything.
Former champion Cody Rhodes.
Not the crowd saying a little hunger from last night, but overall doing good. Hey, hey, it's good you had a good time last night though.
Champion Cody Rhodes.
Everyone is titles are different.
Crack team are trying to figure out a title
Like
match.
you think I get upset when people literally say Liv shouldn't win the Rumble?
I have
No.
told this at a clause in
I just give my opinions on why I feel like it should happen, and they could choose to agree or not.
Americans can't read, I'll tell you what it is. Cody, there will be no rematch. You have to start at the bottom. You have to work your way back up. The vanilla QB1 era is over.
Monday Night Hope, my Hurricanes win the national title. It's definitely a possibility.
Tonight.
Oh. I think Cody needs a break. Don't need him in the title picture. Yeah, I feel like give him a little break with it. Maybe he can do something else outside of the title picture, and then see what he can potentially cook up. Where is the... Yeah, Randy is coming out right now. Um, Royal one and two for Rumble. I would say for the women, I'm thinking it might be like Rhea and maybe Charlotte,
Drew, I am not out here to congratulate you. I'm
and
out
then
here
I
to
don't know.
remind you. A few months ago, you had the opportunity to kick my head through that announce table and you declined. So, I just wanted to tell you, man to man, that when I get the opportunity to return the favor, I will not hesitate. I've beaten you for that title before, and I will do it again. And when I do, it'll be courtesy of the three most dangerous letters in all of sports entertainment.
RKO.
RKO.
Ray and Dom's possibly. Anyways,
Well, it was a week ago when his
I
anniversary
actually am
came.
enjoying his reign so far. I want to see what they can do though. I want to see what substances and storylines they can cook up.
Two. You see the look in the champion's eyes.
Oh no,
The
Jacob Fatu look like he on
in
something.
London.
That boy got a whole red bandana on. You know it's about to get real.
Fatu storming toward the ring, much to the dismay of Drew McIntyre, who's stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. He's coming straight to him, and he's getting after him. He levels the undisputed champion with a right hand, smashes his head into the announce desk. Jacob Fatu is on the loose once again. Oh, right into the post.
Oh no, that just upset him. That just made him even more angry.
One elbow creates enough separation to seemingly do so as Fatu
That just made him even more angry.
down through Wembley Arena. McIntyre forced to hightail it out of here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there's the Miz. Skull-crushing finale.
Jacob, now you know when Jacob comes out there with a red bandana or just anything like that, you know it's about to get real. You know something's about to happen. But anyways, I don't know if I told you guys this, but when it comes to Royal Rumble, right? What I'm thinking of doing is start I know it starts at what? 1 p.m. my time. So what I'm thinking of maybe starting like 30 minutes before the show. And it'd be like in that 30 minutes would be like the pre-show where we'll probably talk about the matches, talk about who could potentially be winning, final four, final two, um, and stuff like that. We'll pretty much have that be like our pre-show. What do you guys think of that? Of having that 30 minutes be the pre-show of the Royal Rumble, and then after it, I know they're gonna probably be doing like a post-show. Maybe depending on who wins, maybe we'll do like a post-show on here as well, where it'll be like we'll spend 30 minutes pretty much talking about it. Maybe we'll see. What do y'all think, chat? It starts that early? Yeah, Katie, because I thought it would start earlier, but if you're on the East Coast, it starts at 2 p.m. your time. But if you're on the Central Standard Time, it starts at 1 my time. So, Leo is my pick to win Rumble. Hey, I wish I could if they gave me the opportunity to. That would be good. Okay, Katie, we'll do that. We'll take those 30 minutes before and we'll talk Rumble and everything like that. Even though I'm gonna give you guys the opportunity to leave your predictions for Royal Rumble and everything like that, as far as what you guys think, who you guys are gonna have winning and stuff like that, and everything. I also do plan to do like a podcast episode maybe tomorrow, so stay tuned. If I can get the guests that I want to be part of this, and if they agree, then we will be doing that tomorrow, and we'll be talking about not only Royal Rumble but Saturday Night Main Event, which is gonna go into the Royal Rumble and everything like that. We'll talk about that. We'll pretty much break down the Rumble matches, or at least the match that we could be getting on the card and stuff like that, and who we think we're gonna win, who could be in the final two, final four. That pretty much. Jacob lost so much aura. He lost. I don't think he lost that much aura though, Oracular fan. Jacob stills him. I just feel like maybe they need to see him talk. Maybe he needs just this storyline to really pick up, and then we should be good. And we also have Drew. I think Roxanne will betray Liv after Mania, but you don't know it's W. Anything happened? Yeah, that's true. I honestly think they might do it before Mania because I feel like they're gonna take the Bailey approach. If you guys remember what happened there, where pretty much what ended up happening was when Bailey won the Rumble. First off, it was very well deserved for her to win. And what it did, it also made it unpredictable just for the simple fact that we didn't know what was going to happen. Who was she going to choose? Would she stay loyal to damage control, or would she go against damage control? You know what I mean? So you had that storyline element there, and plus she was starting to get more over. The fans were starting to get more and more behind her, where she was starting to slowly but surely have that moment of becoming a babyface again after being a heel for I think about 4 years. I think about 4 years she was a heel, so, along the lines of that. So I think that's kind of what they're doing with Liv here, and I think she is gonna potentially win, and then that'll set up her kind of being like the Bailey of this storyline, kind of. I think it'd be like copy and paste. Jacob needs to look vicious, get more wins over a couple big names like Cody. Yeah, I agree. I feel like we might be setting things up for that potentially. I honestly feel like we could be setting things up for that. That's what I think is going to be happening. We got Charlotte and Alexa versus Julie and Kiana James here tonight. So we have a women's match. I think we got two women's matches here tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I know we got the tag match. Okay, we got Jordan Grace and Chelsea. Okay, that okay. Leo, if you had to predict it, how many seconds, hours, and minutes would you give Liv and Roxanne in the Rumble? I would say maybe give both of them maybe like 30, 40 minutes. 30, 40 minutes potentially in the Rumble. I mean, granted, Liv has been in there for an hour. Roxanne's been in there for an hour. What if Liv is number one and Roxanne number two? That'd be a very interesting 1 and 2. Because then that's kind of like putting them against each other. But maybe like they have that situation where it's like, okay, let's work together until the end. Who's to say? Because you got to think, Liv Morgan is turning babyface, right? And here's the thing, and I've been seeing people point this out, and I didn't see it at first, but I think I understand what they're coming from. Liv Morgan coming back, she's been very more strategic, right? What if this is all part of her plan to be in this Rumble match? She pretty much try to make everything look so good on paper, trying to keep everybody together, but this is all part of a plan to ultimately be in this for herself and win it. That's what I think. I think she's gonna have that character development that's gonna happen. And I think we start to see that potentially at Saturday Night Main Event, or even throughout the match, or maybe even after the match, or something along the lines of that. Just think about it. Just play along with me for a minute. Pause. But anyways, think about Saturday Night Event. We have the tag team match. What if in that tag team match we do see Liv and Roxanne lose? Because I think they will lose. But on that same show, Raquel wins the world championship. This is going to change the dynamic of the Judgment Day coming out of Saturday Night Main Event and going into the Royal Rumble match. Because Liv Morgan is going to be feeling a certain way that Raquel is the women's champion and she's not. And the fact that she's the women's champion and Liv Morgan is pretty much relegated to tag team stuff. So now this is pretty much part of her plan to pretty much do everything in her power to become world champion. Where that power has corrupted her to now she wants to be in control. She wants to be the leading woman in charge. She wants to be the one calling the shots. And when you're a world champion, you are the one calling the shots for the group. Living Dominic will be babyface. Like, I know it. Yeah, there will be baby faces. I honestly do.
No RKO there, looking for a quick one from the Miz to advance.
RKO! That man got caught out of nowhere, bro. That's it. 1, 2, ball game. And he's advancing to Saturday night main event. The first to move on to Saturday night main event. Hey, I think this is going to be a really interesting match that they're potentially cooking up for Saturday main event to determine the number one contender for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. I'm looking forward to it, chat. I'm really looking forward to that. Nah, chat. Nah, nah, man. So, okay, it started at 7 my time. It starts at 7 my time. I thought they was about to say it started earlier.
What? It's actually the first time that we are talking. It's kind of nice. And I see you obviously have some problems in the back of your head, so let me get one thing straight. Tonight, I will beat Sami Zayn, and I will step one step closer to that. Drew, I won a championship on my first night back. Simply because I don't fight.
I think Trick Williams winning against Matt Cardona. Yeah, I feel like that match is definitely going to be very back and forth. That match is definitely going to be back and forth.
You win the four-way. I'll see you at the Rumble. I didn't knock out
Here these studs. Hey, what's good here, studs? My guy Leo, what up, big bro? Big weekend for our teams. How do you feel about TNA last night? I didn't watch it. TNA was very decent. Very decent. It was a very solid episode. Yeah, it's gonna be a big week for our teams. I think we play Sunday. I think your team plays the same day or Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. That is smart thoughts. Matt doesn't need this yet. That's true. They could have Kit Wilson cost them. But then again, it's like I do want to see Matt Cardona go into competing for a championship, and I feel like this is kind of them. I mean, delaying it, but I do think at some point he deserves to win the world championship, considering like that's the only one that he hasn't really won yet out of like his run. Sunday night? Okay, y'all play Sunday. So we play Sunday afternoon, like at 2, I think. So I'm gonna probably tune into your team afterwards and see what's up with yours and everything. Because it's gonna be very competitive this weekend. I'm saying that right now. Very competitive. Glad to see you doing good, Leo. I'm gonna avoid any spoilers. LOL. Yeah, stay off social media, man. Especially if you're trying to watch it later on. Definitely stay off social media as much as you can. Yeah, because you don't want spoilers, man. You don't. That's the only reason why I've decided to watch it early. I've been watching it early because I know I just can't avoid spoilers. So it's like, okay, I don't want to. If I get spoiled, then I'm just. It takes me out of it, and it's just like it makes me not really enjoy watching anymore, or whatever excitement that I may have for the show, I don't have. You know what I mean? It would have been fun to add Jacob Fatu into this match. These shows are not good enough to actually complain. I mean, granted, yeah, but then it's like, people do want to watch it, so it's like I understand where they're coming from because it's like if you're looking forward to watching something, you don't want to get spoiled. You know what I mean? Regardless of if for example a movie, right? Even though the movie could be bad or whatever, you want to get your own opinion on it. You know what I mean? And if people are spoiling it for you, that makes your excitement, whatever excitement you may have for it, go tremendously down. So that's kind of just my viewpoint on it. But like, you know, it's just it is what it is. Guys, do you think Liv will win the women's champion and Judgment Day crumble into pieces? Let me know your thoughts. I honestly think if they're not gonna have, I could see one or two things happening. Either they set things up for maybe Liv to win the championship and win the Rumble, and if they turn on her the night after Rumble, or not the yeah, you could probably have her turn the night after Rumble after Liv Morgan. Maybe it's a situation where maybe Raquel's in the match or Roxanne's in the match. Liv eliminates them, whether if it's accidentally or whatever the case may be. Then that leads to them turning on her, right? Or maybe Liv Morgan goes on to win the championship at WrestleMania, and Liv Morgan by um Judgment Day the night after WrestleMania, because you got to think WWE loves to do that a lot of the times where they set things up for Raw after Mania where it's going to be a lot of people watching, fresh, feuds starting, heel turns, face turns, returns, debuts, call ups. People are going to be in looking forward to seeing any of these things play out. So that is something that I can see them pulling the trigger on at that show. Leo, if Finn and Liv are going baby faces because W are having them take the same route for Damian and Rhea took, I mean, Dominic will be fine. Raquel and Roxanne will be fine with if you have them as a tag team still, or if you're going to have them as be singles competitors. I mean, JD, I mean, could be a solid addition to the mid card. I feel like everybody should be fine, but I just don't see WWE really making that bold move to really get rid of the Judgment Day forever. I feel like for whatever reason they would keep the Judgment Day going, but have a new iteration where it continues to involve with more people
Attention to the
joining.
competitive women's tag team division. Corey, last week, Nia Jax, Lash Legend again. Let it be known they will stop at nothing. Alexa Bliss one-on-one with United States champion Julia. Figured Kiana James could be a problem in this matchup. A DDT to the champion Alexa would then turn her attention to the business associate of Julia with a right hand. What Alexa didn't account for was the potential of Lash Legend and Nia Jax getting involved, and Northern Lights bomb from Julia picking up the W, but things would go from bad for Miss Bliss to even worse at the hands of two of the most
Nah, Leo
superstars
will win
in
the world
WWE,
championship for real. I wish.
and Lash
If
Legend
they gave me an
would walk
opportunity,
away
I would do it,
with
but
Alexa with an annihilator.
Last week sucked. Lost the match against Julia. Nia and Lash tried getting in my head before the match and then beat me up after the match. you know how many title opportunities that I have turned down because I put the team first?
Really?
Yes.
Name two.
That's besides the point.
What I need to know is, do you have my back?
Well, do you have my back? Lex,
Yes.
you're my person. I'm sorry, I was sick. Forever.
They're definitely teasing some stuff here. They're definitely teasing some stuff here.
Real cute. So cute. You know, you have no reason to trust me, but that is typical Alexa. You know, she makes you feel guilty and walks away like she's the victim. I mean, wouldn't you?
Really good at it too.
No, you're right. I don't trust you. And the next time you give me unsolicited advice, you're not going to like my response. And this charade, I know why Lexi isn't friends with you anymore. And you've changed.
You know what? Let her learn the hard way. I was trying to be kind.
They're gonna get involved in this match. I feel like, chat. The Judgment Day was here since Edge started it. Yeah, it's been going for 4 years almost at this point. It's been a thing for almost 4 years. It's crazy, chat. Like, this thing that it's been going for 4 years is crazy to me, if you ask me. Like, I wouldn't even bat an eye to say that, but then again, it's like, yikes. Yikes. The Judgment Day is way better than Judgment Day is way better than Death Riders, bro. We don't even have to talk about it. We don't have to debate that. Like, that's easy pickings. Alexa's gonna turn on Charlie. I actually think that's what they're gonna do. Cause you gotta think, they've been trying this whole thing to make Charlotte a babyface in the eyes of the fans. It is on paper, you automatically would think, okay, Charlotte's gonna turn on Alexa and she's gonna be a heel again. But I think they're setting things up for something different where both of these women are going to feud non-title. Who knows? Maybe they can get the U.S. Championship involved and actually giving it a story that warrants it being on a PLE card, making a WrestleMania card because of these two women involved. And then you have Alexa potentially going in as a potential champion, or even Charlotte getting the championship. Alexa Bliss getting very jealous and being very upset. She turns on Charlotte, becoming a heel. You're having pretty much Charlotte is a babyface going into WrestleMania 42. Both of these women with this story going at it for the U.S. Championship at WrestleMania, whether that's night 1 or night 2, you're giving the fans a reason to want to tune into this feud, but also adding the element of the U.S. Championship, a title that has not made a pay-per-view card since its inception. The Intercontinental Championship has been on Raws, has been defended on Raws, and defended on pay-per-views, right? But SmackDown for the U.S. Championship, it was the first championship to be revealed out of both mid-card titles, but the mid-card championship with the women on Raw is getting way more shine and love than the one on SmackDown. And this is an opportunity for him to actually give the fans something to really want to tune for, giving them a reason to want to see this title be on a bigger spot and being on a pay-per-view card, rather than it just being used as a television title where it's just defended on SmackDown and pretty much the SmackDowns before the pay-per-views. I will take Moxley, Pac, Wheeler Yuta over Finn, JD, and Dom. I mean, granted, they're probably, well, I don't know. Finn Balor is a better wrestler than probably all three of those names you just mentioned right there with Pac and Wheeler Yuta. Moxley probably even do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like both Moxley and Finn Balor. Heck no, Judgment Day was actually well liked as heels when Damian and Rhea won championship. They cheered. Now they both singles competitors doing good. Facts. Exactly. It's about. I mean, the Death Riders were cool at first, especially when they're like Blackpool Combat Club. But then when they became like Death Riders, I wasn't really a fan of it. It was cool maybe for like the first month, but after that, it really did not go anywhere. I agree, Katie, but I feel like maybe they can tell a storyline maybe down the line where it's maybe teacher versus student, where it's JD versus Finn. Maybe they can do that. Damien has one of the craziest downfalls in pro wrestling history. Won a world championship in 2024 to feuding with Aleister Black for 7 months now. I mean, there is a case to be said there. There is definitely a case for that. Definitely a case for that.
A week ago,
There's definitely a case for that.
Alexa, who got the phone call prior to the match against Julia, that Charlotte was out sick, couldn't make it.
There's definitely a case to be made there. Let me turn that down so I can upload these clips. Leo, if you had to pick Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker as an opponent to fight in the ring, who would you pick? Both are very terrible options because if I get hit with that spear from Braun Breaker, it's GG's for me. And if I get hit with a tsunami, it's GG's. Both have bad implications on my ribs permanently. I think they're gonna do a draft, maybe post Mania, or maybe a superstar shakeup, or maybe a transfer portal. Now I want to know what you guys think, chat. Do you guys think if Liv wins the championship at WrestleMania and Bianca wins at WrestleMania as well, should both of those women switch brands and hopefully the women's championship that Bianca holds goes to Raw and the women's world championship goes to SmackDown? I could see them doing that, chat. I mean, we've seen it a couple times where the world championships changed hands. And then like the mid cards did too.
The
Bronson
athleticism
Reed said that he's lost mobility in his right foot from that shattered ankle. So I'm not gonna lie, you got a better chance with Bronson Reed. Yeah, I'll take Bronson Reed,
look at this. You're telling me that's not friendship? That's not
Katie.
synchronicity?
Because here's the thing: if you put
No, it's
now
not.
here's the
It's
thing:
not watching Dan.
if they have Liv on SmackDown, there's new opponents: her and Alexa, her and Charlotte, her and Jade Cargill, her and Nia again, her and Last Legend, her and Julia,
As
her
Julia
and Tiffany.
James look to take control.
That's so many interesting feuds right there. And if you're calling up more people, her and Jordan Grace, you already called up Jordan Grace, Liv and Jordan Grace. There you go. Numerous feuds. And if you bring other people from SmackDown, maybe like a Lara Valkyria or a Bailey, you know what I mean? You have people that you can work with there.
Beautiful Madness now taking control of this tag team contest for her team. Alexa Bliss in the wrong part of town right now, Joe. Two-time Women's United States champion is Julia. Just as we mentioned, a couple weeks into her second reign. Of course, she had the success at NXT before coming here as SmackDown. And the best of Chelsea Green and now Kiana James. Real spotlight moment for Kiana James to be in this tag team and see what she can deliver.
When you're on the roster and you see your name across from someone with the status of a Charlotte Flair or Alexa Bliss, it's exciting. You realize it's an opportunity. Even though you may
But
not
Bianca, returning Bianca and Jordan haven't seen that. We never, but here's another thing though, Katie. If we were to put Liv on SmackDown and we had Bianca on SmackDown, that's a feud that we never seen either. Bianca and Liv has never faced each other one on one. Never. I know that's not a feud that people are thinking about off rip, but that's a feud that I want to see because those are two of my favorites right now.
That time of Alexa Bliss, that compromised position as her back was arching against the rope, and you can see Charlotte trying to come to her aid, but with the referee turned, now the double teaming and getting the best of Alexa.
That was a very wise decision by Julia to get under the skin of Charlotte Flair on the outside, force the official to keep Charlotte out of the ring, and use double team tactics.
Oh, able to drop that elbow into the cover, lateral press, and the kick out by Alexa Bliss.
John, I've watched a lot of Julia throughout her career, even predating her time in WWE. This is an absolutely lethal woman. And I feel like she still hasn't even hit that next gear yet. She's already United States champion. But if Julia learns to fully unleash the way she had that got her to WWE, I think
Jade Cargill is literally a statue.
I think it's beyond.
Offense pose, squash match pose, squash match pose. So it's possible to face. You could do that at Crown Jewel.
Cover here by James. Here she is hooking the leg. Referee turned for a moment and it cost her perhaps a beat.
If they did do that, Dom will go to SmackDown Live. They could be like a pairing as a babyface.
You mentioned having the total package. Look at the power.
Yeah, Jade is not all that. They did her the same way in AEW, bro. They didn't do anything.
Keeping her away from Charlotte Flair. Almost to make the tag and then drives the back into the corner.
It was almost as though Kiana was mocking Alexa Bliss, realizing that she wasn't going to make the tag.
Oh, that shoulder driving right into the midsection.
Kiana is a powerhouse, no doubt about it. If you don't believe me, just ask Alexa Bliss once she regains her breath. From the top, Julia! Missile drop kick on the money into the cover.
Liv should go to SmackDown because she never got to win. Yes, and if you want to be honest from a story perspective and longevity perspective, Liv is the reason why she is the way now because of that whole thing with her and Charlotte in 2019. A full circle moment.
And this is just classic tag team strategy, being employed very successfully until that very moment. James and Julia did a great job of cutting the ring in half, isolating Alexa Bliss, not allowing Charlotte Flair to be a factor. You can feel the urgency of Kiana James right now, trying to stop Bliss from making the tag.
And diving just to grab that leg. And here comes the Queen, Charlotte Flair. This crowd in London as those Flair chops come in. Oh, how about a little for Julia as well? Every which way. Flair. Oh, that walkover clothesline deliver.
They could do Black and Zelina versus Dom and Liv. Possibly.
All types of trouble right now at the mercy of the Queen. Charlotte Flair up and over.
Oh, what a boot! And delivers one to James as well.
Charlotte Flair making the long climb to the top turnbuckle.
Flair up top, gonna fly through London, cross body to put it away. And Kiana James able to kick out.
And Charlotte was actually attempting to hook both of Kiana's legs, but in doing so, took some of the pressure off of Kiana's shoulders, which may be the only reason James was able to escape.
And great analysis there as James able to deliver the boot as Charlotte came running in and then floors James again. Steps right over, back to that corner, but Julia's there to meet her. She's got to deal with Julia, and with that, Kiana James able to get back to her.
Yeah, Jay did nothing in AEW, and in WWE, like, this is why I said, David, they should have just sent Jade Cargill to NXT first, because she needs to improve, like, on being able to be a type of talent that can work with the bigger names and actually can stand in there. Because just like, when you have her in matches, it seems like they're doing everything. Like, she's doing something, but it's like, at the same time, she's being in matches where it seems like her opponent has to carry her.
And she gets pulled out of the ring by Kiana James.
That's what I'm saying. She's not ready for main roster, to be honest with you. Yes, from a physical standpoint, if you look at her, yes, you can say, hey, this is a person that looks like she could be on the big marquee matches. but in ring she does not deliver.
Right hand. And then Julia delivers on the back end. Back and forth they go. Both women unloading heavy artillery in this tag team contest. Who wants it more? This is great happenstance. Julia was able to be tagged by Kiana James. Kiana James, now the legal partner. Oh, Alexa Bliss is there! Alexa Bliss! Sister Abigail able to be tagged by Kiana James. Kiana James, now the legal partner. Oh, Alexa Bliss is there! Alexa Bliss!
Uh-oh.
Sister Abigail
Oh, caught.
is delivered to put it away.
1, 2, and they get the W. I thought they were gonna lose because of Nia and Lash, but they got the win though. I'm all happy for it. I'm good.
That's Sister Abigail.
I feel like they need to probably set them up. If they're not gonna have them as singles competitors, maybe you put them. Oh Lord. Of course they just can't stay away.
Lash Legend just floors Bliss. And now it's 2-on-1 surrounding Charlotte Flair. And I don't care how many world championships you've won, you do not want to be outnumbered by
Oh my gosh.
and the bougie bully Lash Legend. They gave the warning backstage. They attacked a week ago as well. Oh, there's Julia, center of the ring. James holding her back, saying we're good.
Julie ain't playing though.
Voice of reason. And she does. She holds her back.
They could put Julia and
Still to come. It was one of the most stunning.
could they put Julia and
3 stages of
Kiana in the tag division?
Where does it leave Cody Rhodes? We will hear from the American Nightmare coming off the loss of the Undisputed Championship to Drew McIntyre next.
I'm gonna call Jadeberg from now on. Not Jadeberg. You got all these names right. You got Jason Yeterman. I think Jade went to NXT, faced off, and had a manager. Yeah, she would have been fine if she had a manager. If she would have had like a manager and went to NXT, she would have been good. She would be good right now. Where's oh no, not there. That is crazy. WWE forcing her on us. She's women's champion. And here's the thing though, she's been champion for a while and hasn't even defended the title. Hasn't even defended the championship, bro. Like, what are we talking about? I got Jason Yeter and Penn Balor, Jay Burke, the local Home Depot associate, Samuel Zayn. Not Samuel Zayn.
Once we get a final score on Monday night. I just hope both teams have fun. Oh, right, yeah, sure.
Bo, you're absolutely right. This is just more than Atlanta. I could see the millions of fireflies across the world. And they are now in my possession. Your legacy is in my hands. And if you want this lantern back, I suggest you put those tag team titles on the line. that's just the beginning. You see, my family is going to take back all the gold. But until then, I'm going to take real good care of this. And he is going to be with me when I take out Damian Priest and bring back the WWE Undisputed title to the family.
I'm telling you, Uncle Howdy and them are getting involved tonight. Uncle Howdy is gonna get involved tonight and cost him the match more than likely. Oh yeah, King and Queen of the Ring, SummerSlam 2006, we're coming for the gold. Here comes Cody. Cody, he's not all bubbly like he usually is. You could tell he's still being a face, but he's not really like being his full self right now. Cody had a bad reign. I feel like the thing is, they kind of dragged it on a little bit too long, if you ask me. Leah, did you see my question? How long has Jade's been champion for at least? Cause she won the championship back in November, so she's been champ for at least like a good 90 days right now. He won face Cena, won it back face Drew, lost it. Yeah, because they didn't do anything. They didn't. The thing is, they make his championship reign feel predictable. Where it's like nobody really stands a chance, or it's like it's only built up to where it's like he's only gonna drop it at Royal Rumble, not Royal Rumble, either WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
Well, that sounds a bit different. It's okay. That's okay. Because if anything, I guess it was becoming a bit episodic. I would come out here, I would tap my fist 3 times, we'd all say whoa, I'd walk into the ring, WWE champion, and I'd ask you, what do you want to talk about?
You could tell Cody's is a little upset. He's not being like himself as usual.
WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. I said it was all becoming episodic. I don't think I ever broke down why the name of the podcast is What Do You Want to Talk About? Why What Do You Want to Talk About was always the first thing I said. It was quite simple. I wasn't just the company's champion, I was your champion. I didn't want you guys.
They're booing. They're booing.
I didn't want you guys to be spectators. I wanted you guys to be teammates. But somewhere along the line, perhaps I got comfortable with episodic. Dare I say even predictable. I did not see all the eventualities, all the ways which I could lose. Or is Drew McIntyre just that good?
Oh, Drew McIntyre. They chose Drew. They chose Drew.
Brenda, you're a joke. No thanks.
I could ask myself that, or I could ask you, what does Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin have in common with the American Nightmare? It's simple. We are the only ones who ever went back to back.
Brenda, you're a joke. No thanks.
I could ask myself that, or I could ask you, what does Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin have in common with the American Nightmare? It's simple. We are the only ones who ever went back to back at a Royal Rumble.
Uh-oh.
And only one of those names ever won it for a third time. That's because it's a hell of a feat, almost an impossible feat. And each and every one of you know me very well. I love a gamble. I love a long shot. In the ever-evolving WWE, where we have the best men and women's roster, sometimes the best superpower you can have is believing in yourself. So here and now, in a city that means a great deal to me, a city that I came to and wrestled every weekend at What Culture Pro Wrestling to sharpen my skills and come back the American Nightmare, in a city that does deserve a WrestleMania, in a city that gave me a Blue Peter badge. Let me make it official. Drew McIntyre has said that there is no rematch clause. Good. We'll do this the old ways. I am officially declaring myself the first entrant in the 2026
Oh, boy.
Rumble.
Okay. I'm calling now. He's making it to the Final Four. He's getting eliminated, bro. He's getting eliminated in the Final Four.
London, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about Jacob Fatu.
How will you tread lightly with that one?
I met Jacob Fatu backstage APW. I knew he's a thoroughbred. I watched Jacob Fatu wrestle Solo Sikoa, and I knew he was on the come up. Jacob Fatu is a young veteran in our industry. But as a young veteran, I am aware, I'm absolutely positive he knows what the word receipt means.
Oh, no.
Jacob Fatu, you have the biggest receipt I have ever handed out coming to you. You can drive your all-gas car down here right now and collect it yourself, or Jacob, I can come and find it and beat the brakes off your ass.
Headlines made by Cody Rhodes. Number one, he loves a gamble, and his bet is the Royal Rumble. And number two, Fatu's got a receipt coming for him. Less about the words, Joe, more about the eyes. Look in the eyes.
Adrenaline
Of Cody Rhodes
in my
right now.
soul. Every fight. Yeah, I think Rumble will eliminate Cody. I think. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen, chat. I honestly think if anything's happening, it will be him getting eliminated. I think they're gonna have him make it far in the Rumble. Of course, they're gonna have him be far in the Rumble, but he's not winning. He's not winning. He's gonna make it to the Final Four, chat, and he's gonna lose. Roman wins Chamber and faces. Yeah, I could see them doing that.
Looks to make his way back into the title picture. Speaking of that title picture, please welcome my guest, Matt Cardona. Now, Matt, you are moments away from a qualifying match against Trick Williams for an opportunity at Drew McIntyre's undisputed WWE Championship. Now, what would it mean to not only come back to WWE, but also win that title?
Let me just say it's a shame the way Cody lost the title last week. I was looking forward to wrestling my buddy, seeing who the better man was. But now that match is going to be against Drew McIntyre. But Drew and I, we go way back too. Check the history books. Drew's first match in WWE was against me. Just like Cody, just like Drew, I had to leave WWE to find myself, to reinvent myself. But I'm back now.
See, yeah, this is the story between Drew and Matt Cardona could be really good.
For a spot at the top. My journey, the ups and downs, the grind, it all led me back here. I am back to be the undisputed WWE champion. I am back to be the undisputed WWE champion.
Well, you heard the man. Let's head out to the arena.
Kathy Kelly with Matt Cardona.
So we got Trick and Matt Cardona coming up next. So we already know Randy advanced, and we have one of these two men that are going to be advancing. But do we really want to do Roman and Drew storyline? I mean, they were teasing something last year with the whole what was it? It was like the Bloodline storyline where it looked like pretty much they were setting things up to maybe for where it was looking like maybe Drew was going Bloodline hunting, where he was just trying to collect, because they were doing that. They did it with he pretty much went over Jay and Jimmy, I think, right? But then he didn't beat Sammy. Or did he beat Sammy? No, I think he beat Jimmy and then he beat Sammy. And then Jay beat him. And I feel like they just dropped the storyline after that. They kind of just dropped the storyline after that. And I feel like they could have, done something else with it. In my personal opinion. They really could have done something there. In my humble opinion, there was something that could have been done there. But it's too late to bring that feedback up. I mean, it's better late than never, don't you think? That's the way I look at it. Better late than never. One was it? And it was this one. So we got the first entrant of being declared for the Royal Rumble. They've been very secretive with the Royal Rumble this year, don't y'all think, chat? With the Royal Rumble this year, it feels like they've been very more secretive, not really letting people announce for it or declare for it. The last couple of years, we've seen we already would at least know half the field already. We only know one entrant, and that's for the men's match, which is Cody. So there's 29 other people we don't know, and we don't know 30 of the people that's gonna be in the women's match. I mean, even though we can speculate as who's gonna be in it and everything like that, I feel like it's kind of more we kind of know who's gonna be in it and whatnot. But like them adding that element of surprise, not knowing where this person could come out at or where could they be entering at, So I feel like there's that element of surprise that's there and present, if you ask me. Yeah, it makes sense, but Brock is involved. But can they do Roman versus Drew at 42? Yeah, they could do it. I don't see Brock winning, but it's Saudi Arabia, so I got to take that into account. Um, because he is on the poster, and it's like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna have him and Gunther in a match? I know there's been recent rumbles. Maybe they end up doing Brock and Obafemi, which I mean, I'm not gonna be on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not be mad at that match happening. I'm saying we're. I mean, Leo, that is true. Haven't heard much about the Rumble. Yeah, because like usually a lot of the times they make it very apparent like who's entering and everything like that. They've been making it this big deal, but I think they're trying to save like some type of element of surprise. Brock versus Gunther, SummerSlam. Gunther will face AJ at WrestleMania. I mean, they could do that. I feel like you want to have Obafemi be featured too. You want to have him be featured in a something prominent. Now we are excited because we WWE is not teasing the Rumble, so people can be excited for exactly. People can be excited for the Rumble because at least people know they can have an idea and a speculation going into who's going to be in it, but we don't know who's going to be in it, who's not. Having that element of surprise, you know what I mean? Which is what I like in the Royal Rumble. I don't mind, maybe like one or two people announcing, but like don't have half your field of the Royal Rumble be announced, you know, a week before the Rumble. We don't want to go into these Royal Rumbles where it's 15 people for the match is already confirmed. That I mean, yes, you still have some speculation with the other, but I want to see a complete unpredictability there, you know?
Above all, the intangible that Trick Williams has
Oba
is
might
that
go to Raw. I could see him going to Raw, but I would love to see him on
unpredictable
SmackDown a
ability.
lot
You can
more though.
call it ego, you can say he's cocky, but the fact is Trick Williams believes in his own abilities as much as anyone in this game, and that's going to take him far.
Explosive shoulder tackle and then just says, get up to Cardona.
My question for you is, Joe, when are you going to get yourself a pair of lemon pepper
Yeah,
steppers?
do you think did they sell this down at Harrods?
West End? You'd look more like Pee Wee Herman walking down the bar.
Yeah, Oba's gonna be a better fit for
Now
SmackDown.
mounting an offensive attack here as he sends
Oba's a better fit
Williams
for
out to
SmackDown.
the floor.
And look, and Matt Cardona understands how much hype is surrounding Trick Williams right now. Cardona would love to be the dude that shuts him up and earns his entry into the Fatal 4-Way.
Gathering momentum here is Matt Cardona. Oh! Undisputed WWE Championship #1 contender qualifier. You know, when we started the match, Corey, I turned to you. I said, "What should be the strategy for Matt Cardona? The type of offense that he just
Oba and Braun or Bronson would cook, but SmackDown needs him, yeah. Because especially once you have that third hour, he would benefit by being used in that third hour.
Which tells me that Cardona has him or hates him, they feel some kind of way. It's the charisma that oozes out of Trick Williams each and every time he walks through the curtain. Trick now bringing the fight to Matt Cardona. Winner moves on to Saturday night's main event in Montreal. A fatal four-way. That's what they're trying to qualify for. Be the #1 contender. One of these men will join Randy Orton in the fatal four-way. Oh, and of course we've got 2 more qualifiers still to come tonight. But look at the athleticism of Trick Williams. Everything about this man says star. At 6'5", 250 pounds, and a body fat percentage so low you can barely see it. Now just breaking before the 5 count there with the neck of Matt Cardona draped over that middle rope. Don't forget what Trick Williams accomplished before arriving here on Smackdown. This man was an NXT champion. He was the TNA champion. Trick NA, as they called it when he was on top.
But I know that Roman and Brock are coming because they got because they got coffee. They took a break, so they will be at the Rumble. But I don't know. And the exciting part, because you don't know who's coming exactly. That is definitely true. I do expect Brock and Roman to be in the Rumble, because I feel like they're trying to make it stacked like it was last year. So I think you want to have like some big names in there, because you're gonna have Brock in there, you're gonna have Roman, you're gonna have Cody in there, you're gonna have Randy. You got Jericho potentially coming back, because you got some star power there. You got Braun Breaker, that's probably gonna be in there. You got Bronson, Oba.
Look at the elbows. Look at the aggression from Trick Williams teeing off on Matt Cardona. Round and pound with Cardona having returned nearly 6 years away from WWE. You mentioned Randy Orton. He got the best of The Miz with a spectacular, jaw-dropping RKO to open up the evening and put away The Miz to advance to Montreal. Jawbreaker by Cardona creates a little bit of separation. Oh, he was looking for that trick shot. That big running pump knee. So dangerous is Williams when he revs the engine. Oh, a capoeira kick. Go MVP. Michael Venom Page is probably blushing after seeing that. Of course, top 10 UFC middleweight is sitting ringside right behind us to take in the action here in London. Cardona. And both men are down. It was a desperate maneuver by Matt Cardona, but extremely effective at leveling the playing field for the moment. Which of these 2 men wants to advance more? Mr. Whoopnet getting to his feet. Cardona coming into the corner and delivering that right hand and another. I like the aggression we've seen out of Cardona thus far. I still will never get used to this, though. Don't say it, Joe.
But if Nia and Nikki can, oh God, save us from them facts.
Cardona rocks the world of Trick. How about it? Zigzag into the cover. Do it. Able to get that right shoulder up after the zigzag delivered by Matt Cardona. And this is a moment where if you're Matt Cardona, you're realizing how much the landscape has changed in WWE in your 6 years away. All of the competition from top to bottom has stepped up their game. It's a different game altogether. And one of the true rising stars, oh look at Cardona, quick to get into it. And one of the true rising stars is now opposite him.
Ooh.
And athletically, one of the most dangerous of all in Trick Williams. In the deep water now of this qualifying match for the #1 contender fatal four-way. Smart and Williams qualified for that fatal. And a testament to the guts and will of Matt Cardona. But Trick Williams happy to apply more offense to this onslaught. So impressive here. Great counter by Cardona. This could be a big turn for Cardona. Trick got a bit overconfident. Cardona made him pay, and he knows it.
Ooh.
Able to get the
Ooh.
knees up.
Can Mark Cardona do it? Seal the deal? Nope.
Williams out of the way for the moment.
Ooh. I think Trick Williams might have this match won here.
Backs to his days on the gridiron. Look out, Cardona.
Ooh, trick shot.
Trick shots the
1, 2, and Trick is going to Saturday Night Main Event.
Trick Williams. I'm telling you right now, you don't have to like Trick Williams' attitude, but you better believe.
This was a decent match because it could have gone either way, but I feel like they were gonna give it to Trick Williams because he's the new person, and I feel like they're trying to spotlight him to be like one of the breakouts of the year. Maybe you could do a Randy Orton and Trick Williams feud going into WrestleMania.
No! Are you kidding me?
Kit Williamson.
Kit Wilson. The international sensation. Kit Wilson, who has been complaining to everybody about toxic masculinity. Kit Wilson complains to those who exhibit toxic masculinity. Joe, if you he just attacked Cardona right in the back of the head. So Cardona was likely being toxic. But Cardona returned. Yep. Back on January 2nd, he defeated Kit Wilson. So if Kit Wilson doesn't like you, maybe it's because you're part of the problem. Not me.
People are starting to get really behind him. It's crazy to be honest with you.
A chance at Drew McIntyre and his undisputed WWE Championship is on the line. But first, you have to go through Solo Sikoa tonight. So how do you prepare for an opportunity of this magnitude?
Kathy, I can talk all day about Drew. We have a lot of history. But I don't want to get
They were popping for him. They were singing a song.
about Solo. Facing Solo one-on-one isn't an issue. But is it really going to be one-on-one? I don't think so. But let me remind the world of something. London, I became Senor Money in the Bank. That was one versus all. So tonight, Solo, MFTs, if I got to do one versus all again, it's exactly what I'm going to do. I need to get past this. I need to get to Drew for the undisputed WWE Championship. Tonight, it's whatever it takes.
Good luck out there.
So that's our second. I think we have two more qualification matches. I believe Ilya and Sammy might be the main events, if I'm not mistaken. Brashawn, appreciate the follow. Appreciate the sub. They did give him a pop. If you ask me, from what I seen, it looked like they gave him a pop.
Kid Wilson is on a tear here.
You all know that I'm right. You know there's a problem. And I'm the solution. So I will say it again. I will let the whole world know you all need reassurance. You all need leadership. You all need me. So let me say, I am the tonic to the toxic masculinity.
Oh no! Oh no!
Tonic behind him.
And my name is Kit Will.
And his name
Turn around, kid.
show me two things that don't mix. Jacob Fatu just floored the guy calls himself the tonic to toxic masculinity. Look at this athleticism. That Fatu mighty moon.
Samoan werewolf is on the loose. Poor Kit Wilson. Maybe Kit should do a TED Talk or something where he can't get beat up.
Jacob Fatu, a week removed from interrupting the three stages of hell.
Hey! Cody! You got something to say about me? You have something to say to me? Well, check this out. Bring your punk ass out here right now.
Oh, he calling him out. Oh, he calling him out. He said, let's get to business.
Oh, is this happening?
Rhodes is here and ready for a fight.
The American Nightmare
Oh, no.
is headed straight into the ring.
Don't let him go. Let him go. Oh. Come on. Let's go.
Rhodes looking to collect on the receipt. He promised Fatu earlier in the night.
Make this a match of Saturday Night Main Event.
Thank God we got some security headed down here. You may need more than that to keep these two warriors away from one another.
Give me this match of Saturday Night Main Event, chat.
A week ago, Fatu interfered in the match. It cost Cody his championship as Drew McIntyre earned it by exiting the steel cage. And now the American Nightmare
Oh.
has it done. Oh, this is awesome.
Let them go to commercial, chat. They literally gonna go to commercial soon as things are starting to get good, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, seriously, what are we doing? You had an opportunity, bro. What are they doing, chat? It's annoying. Be security wanna, but people get injured. Nah. I don't know if you heard this, Katie, or anybody else in the chat, but did you guys hear what's being speculated right now, though? So apparently that's what's being speculated. If Bianca's not back, apparently they might have um Tiffany face Jade Cargill instead of Bianca. It's been speculated they might do that.
Cody, you got something to say about me? You have something to say to me? Well, check this out. Bring your punk ass out here right now.
Ask and you shall receive. Jacob Fatu, the American Nightmare, already in a nasty mood after losing his undisputed WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes would make a beeline for the ring and chaos would follow. The American Nightmare stepping up to the Samoan Werewolf, and fists were a-flying tonight in London. Eventually, a swarm of security would hit the ring and do their best to separate Fatu and Rhodes. But the damage has been done, and Nick Aldis has reached this decision, Joe. This is happening, Corey. This is happening next week on Saturday Night's Main
Oh,
Event.
that's gonna be a good match, chat.
Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu. That'll be streaming next Saturday night. We're 8 days away.
What y'all think about that match, chat?
We are closing in on that number one contenders fatal four-way that night in Montreal, and we're filling out the.
Well, apparently, Oracle fam, the thing with the finger, I think it's like her knuckle, and they have to reconstruct it. And I don't think she's even, I don't even think I think she said on the, what was it? I think it was something that she said it was on an Instagram story, like probably in December. She said she hasn't got surgery for it yet. So if she gets surgery, that's putting her out for at least another couple of months. Yeah, this is gonna be a good match too. I would like to see Solo win this, but I do think the Wyatt Six are gonna get involved, unfortunately. I don't know, Aracle fan. I don't know. Maybe it's the diagnosis or something, or maybe she's just saying that to throw the fans off. I wouldn't put it past her to throw the fans off for her return to WWE by winning, like by returning at the Royal Rumble. I don't see her. I don't think she should be winning it, but I think at the very least, her returning, yes. Are y'all happy that we're getting these two competing next week? I generally hate the Wyatt Six. The only reason for the Wyatt Six exists is Hall of Famer Mike Rotunda. I don't know about that. I feel like they're trying to pay homage. I'll give it this, right? I'm not invested in like the storyline, but I appreciate that they're trying. Like they're trying to make this work. They're trying to pay homage to him, and I can respect that. But we gotta call it a spade that the storyline's not working. It's not working. And them being like the tag team champions isn't really doing it for me either. I would much rather the tag team titles go back to MFT, to be honest with you. So we have Jacob Fatu and Cody next week. We have the Fatal Four for the to determine the number one contender for the WWE Championship. We have the women's tag team titles being defended. So we have 3 matches already. Yeah, Damon's entrance is fired. I will give it that. I wouldn't be surprised if King and Queen of the Ring final is Solo versus Howdy and Solo beating Howdy. Could they stretch that feud out till then, Oracle fan? Because it's like, at this rate, you might as well say this might be one of your WrestleMania matches. That's what I think it might be.
The winner becoming number one contender for the undisputed WWE Championship, now held by Drew McIntyre. And as confident as Damian Priest has become recently, Joe, the fact that Priest is out here facing Solo and the MFTs without backup is a questionable decision at best. Understandably, Priest is running low on allies. Aside from Rhea Ripley, no one seems to have Damian Priest's back. And that does not bode well when you're dealing with Solo and these nasty Tongans.
He just annihilates our announce desk as he drives Solo Sikoa across it.
This is where the streets of New York will serve Damian Priest well. Priest not afraid to make a fight ugly. Not afraid to take a shortcut. He may need more than one in this one when you're dealing with somebody as lethal as Sikoa. Big lariat? No. Oh, he was looking for
Leo, do you think Raquel might be having a long title reign? I don't think she's going to have a long title reign. I think if she wins it this month, I can see her holding it until WrestleMania. Because I think the big thing is that they want to put the title on Liv. But regardless of how you do it, I feel like the title's going to Liv regardless if you have it be a triple threat match with Liv, Stephanie, and Raquel, or if it's Raquel and Liv, Stephanie and Liv. Regardless, I think Liv is going to win.
Solo now basking in the disdain of this London crowd as he inches toward the fatal four-way.
Running hip attack.
Backing it up. High impact style in the corner.
Monday Night Raw is going to be fire for real, for real. We got Finn versus CM Punk for World Championship. I really hope that match is going to be good, though.
Fight for the undisputed championship. We know two of the names who are in it, Randy Orton and Trick Williams. But right now, with this running hip attack, Solo Sikoa is trying to get in if he can qualify and defeat Damian Priest here.
You can just see the confidence of Solo Sikoa growing as this match progresses. Just during the break, look at this display of power. Launching Damian Priest into the canvas, and Solo looking for it once again.
Going for the running hip attack. Oh, wow! Spinning heel kick, and you see the MFTs. I mean, even JC Mateo's cringing after that as Tama Tonga looks on.
Almost shocking degree of speed from Damian Priest, able to recover and deliver the kick.
Who cares? Judgment Day is a joke. Who cares about Finn?
The opportunity he created for himself.
Come on, don't do it to Finn like that. Finn's still a good wrestler. He's still good in the ring. He's still one of the very best that they got in the ring.
JC Mateo holding on to that Wyatt 6 lantern that was taken from Uncle Howdy a week ago. And now, Damian Priest, as often is the case, up on his feet, ready to give everything. Here they go, testing each other, towing the line, center of the ring.
Quien es más macho? Look at these right hands and a left from Priest.
This was the matchup on paper you just knew tonight would turn into something like this.
Priest ringing the bell of Solo.
I think Damian is going to be the winner. I think Damian's winning here, yeah.
One of the best strikers in
It's not that I don't want Solo to win, because I would love to see Solo win this. I just feel like the Wyatt 6 might do something to distract him.
Man giving everything. The super kick from Solo. Spinning kick from Priest.
And another. Solo did his best to block the impact. Priest now drops Solo with another lariat.
And Damian Priest can sense it. Can he advance?
Stage dive in the corner. And again.
This time able to get out the back door. And Priest now takes control, looking to make it to Montreal.
Loa trying to shout encouragement to the leader of MFT, Solo.
He's never going to bring the... I mean, you never know, Oracle fan. I feel like if the story presents itself the right way, then I do think there is a potential opportunity for them to bring that back.
Oh, no. Would you look at this? The MFTs, as you knew they likely would, playing a role.
Leave it to Dan Engler to miss the 7-footer.
How do you miss that? He's out of here. The 7-foot Tama Tonga is gone from this qualifying match.
Yeah, but the damage has already been done, Joe.
Solo Sikoa. He's getting him up there. Could this be an avalanche? No. Priest able to counter. Setting up the razor's edge. Oh, my. What a thud.
And Solo survives.
That right shoulder gets up at 2 and change.
Incredible power required to deliver a maneuver like Priest just did to a man the size of Solo. But it looks like Sikoa might be scheduled for a trip south of heaven.
Tama Tonga's up on the apron. Tama Tonga, who already played a role. Now Tonga Loa's up on the apron. Priest looks to dismiss him.
Look out, Priest.
Uh-oh.
He gets out of the way.
Oh.
That spinning Solo slam. The big impact.
And Sikoa now from the top.
Oh, splash. 1, 2. Oh.
Great from Priest.
Almost.
What part
He almost had it.
will?
But was that Damian Priest's
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Wyatt 6 are ready for him.
The turf war continues.
Gacy pounding away. Loomis pounding away. Nikki Cross is running everywhere. And
and then pretty much throwing them out.
The Wyatt Six are here and they want their lantern back.
And throws him into the crowd, I think. Well, no. Timekeeper's area.
That ended with Solo Sikoa taking the cherished.
Oh, no. Whoa! Sikoa from behind just before Howdy could get his hands on the lantern.
And that spiritual beacon of the Wyatt Six is back, secured by Solo Sikoa in the midst of this qualifying match.
And that's probably it. South of Heaven. 1, 2, and Drew, and pretty much Damian Priest will advance.
Maybe you can consider it an assist from up above. It was Solo who declared he would be watching. Perhaps he was.
Can we acknowledge the fact that Damian has a dope entrance theme?
There you see moments before Howdy recaptured the lantern. Solo all smiles to spoil the celebration. But Solo took his eyes off of a damn dangerous man.
The fact is, alright, friend, they were just standing there when they seen them standing in front of them. I don't know why they didn't automatically try to charge at them. They just stood there.
Joins the madness. That will be the fatal four-way undisputed WWE Championship #1 contenders match at Saturday night's main event.
There's Uncle Howdy as he is back on his feet and again his cherished prized possession the way it should be. As Howdy has secured the Wyatt lantern. Back in Tama Tonga! And the MFTs and Solo Sikoa with Uncle Howdy's
What you mean, Eric?
lantern.
Any qualified matches yet? We had 3 already.
Damian Priest.
No, and Eric, I wasn't praising like Priest. I'm saying the theme song. I like the theme song.
Sammy. Heard what you had to say last week. What was it? You hope that I win, but you think Cody's gonna win? It's lucky you're not a betting man, or you would have lost, as usual.
You know what, Drew? I meant what I said. Actually, I did want you to win. A part of me wanted you to win, and a part of me is really happy that you did, because here's what's going to happen next. I'm about to go out there, and I'm about to go to war with Ilya Dragunov, and I'm going to win. And next week, at Saturday night's main event in my hometown in Montreal, #1 contenders match, I am going to win. And then at the Royal Rumble, you and me, we're going to see each other again.
That's really inspiring, Sammy, but here's the truth. I've beaten you 11 times. You've beaten me 0. If you happen to make it to the Royal Rumble, absolutely nothing is going to change.
We'll see.
It's crazy to think of their record as 11-0.
Remember, still to come tonight, our final qualifying.
That's gonna be main event. That's main eventing, chat. Because they still have to do one more match. I think it's Jordan Grace and Chelsea. That's the next match, I think. And Carmelo Hayes has an open challenge. I keep forgetting he's doing these weekly challenges and everything like that. I don't even know who I can honestly see him facing. I just got home from work. Who qualified so far? So, the people who qualified so far, Eric, have been Damien. Um, yeah, Damien's advanced. And pretty much we also see none other than Randy Orton advance and Trick Williams. So those are your three right now. So Trick, Randy, and yeah, Trick, Randy, and Damien. And we have one more with Ilya and Sammy. This match is gonna be like 15 minutes plus. You have Axe. Because they're gonna give that 15 minutes. The women's match is gonna probably get maybe like 10 minutes max, but I'm gonna say like 8 minutes. And then the main event's gonna get at least like 20. Let me know who facing Carmelo finna make. It's gonna be a good match. Finna make food. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. What's up? I'm gonna let you know who's challenging him and everything like that. I'm gonna get some food, so I'll be back. All right, bet. You should challenge Melo. If I was a wrestler, I would definitely be up for the challenge. I would definitely be up for the challenge. Like, let's not get it twisted now.
Smackdown here in London, which is home to 7 different Premier League clubs. Speaking of Premier, how about some Premier programming? WWE Unreal Season 2 is coming back to Netflix. It premieres this Tuesday, January 20th, only on Netflix. Here's a sneak peek.
Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins. AKA my hot husband. Oh, that was terrible.
Oh my God, Seth going
Do you still have your titles? I kept trying to challenge you in your own. the
You know, I love having her on the road with me. It's a great thing to be able to share special moments together, understand each other, be there for each other.
I remember the first time I found out that Becky and Seth were an item, and I had no idea. And it was the last time we were at MetLife Stadium for WrestleMania. And then Becky was about to go on, and I was behind Gorilla, and all of a sudden I see them making out.
Love you.
Oh dear.
I think I even joked like, "Guy, get a room."
It's crazy how some people find out about people being in relationships. When is the last time Cody lost 2 matches in a row? I don't even remember.
Like P.S. Hayes, sartorial splendor never disappoints. Well, there's Carmelo Hayes. And Corey, I think we've seen the best of him in recent months. week with this open challenge.
It's a young man that came in WWE with very high expectations for himself, and he's delivering week after week.
No, who's it going to be this week?
No way, they got Leon Slater, bro. Okay, we're back. Though Leon Slater's a good opponent. It's crazy the fat thing, and I'm not even trying to like be that person, but it's kind of how ironic that Leon Slater's challenging for a main roster title before Javon Evans, and Javon Evans just got called up, and we're talking about a guy who hasn't even been, who's not even in the company yet. Granted, he's competing for the WWE championship on the main roster, but still, Megan Bain versus GCW January 16th. I didn't know that was happening. I did hear something about her being at GCW, but I didn't know who her opponent was going to be.
Seemed to have found his groove here in WWE. I caught up with Carmelo earlier today. He said, ironically, this journey has humbled me to a degree. I've learned to appreciate the competition and what it takes to remain champion in WWE. Carmelo says he's trying his best to employ a Mamba mentality, a day one mentality each and every night out. Oh my God!
Oh, I mean, that thing is echoing throughout this historic arena. We're here at Wembley Arena, by the way. 1948, this was an Olympic venue. They had boxing and swimming here. We have an Olympic swimming pool underneath us.
You talked to me earlier today about a legendary boxer making history in this very arena.
Marvin Hagler. This is where Marvelous Marvin Hagler became the middleweight champion of the world in a historic and scary moment in boxing history, defeating Alan Minter.
Well, what's to say Leon Slater can't shock the world once again tonight on Smackdown. We know he's got the physical tools to do so. Just ask AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, who
But
competed at Saturday night's
it's Mania Drew will lose it to someone else. Could it be Oba and Drew? Could they do Oba and Drew? Because that makes sense. Based off what happened at Saturday Night Main Event.
This is the sort of athleticism that has won him fans around the globe, and the young Brit making the climb to the top where he is right at home.
Just explosive! How high with that crossbody? So close to taking the United States Championship with all this offensive firepower. Tessitore and Corey Graves with you on Friday Night SmackDown. Leon Slater and Carmelo Hayes. Boy, I mean, you were just talking about it in terms of the agility and the dynamic style. Those 3 minutes of that offensive rhythm that Slater put together.
Well, there's an old saying in this game, you need to maximize your minutes. You want the whole world to know your name. You want the WWE fans to remember you for years to come. Leon Slater just put on a master class.
So Oba will win it at Mania. I mean, if they can, what if they did something very shocking? Had Oba Femi make his appearance, his first appearance on the main roster at the Royal Rumble, and he wins it and faces Drew at WrestleMania. That is shocking. That is positioning Oba as a top main event caliber star. We have not seen somebody make that jump from NXT and upon arrival, automatically making a big splash by winning the Rumble or winning the Chamber or winning Money in the Bank. This is an opportunity for them to do that and step outside the norm and do that. That is a big money match, whether people want to admit it or not. Two behemoths going at it for the WWE Championship. And on top of that, we also know that there is some history there. Look what happened at Saturday Night Main Event between Cody Rhodes and Oba. They had a match, but it got interrupted by Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre and Oba Femi had a little bit of a stare, had a little bit of exchange. Play off of that, going into WrestleMania, expound upon that interaction, and make it into a story by having somebody like Oba Femi come in a big monumental way, winning the Rumble or winning the Chamber, and going on to compete in his first WrestleMania match as for the WWE Championship. Do you not understand how literally newsworthy that's going to be? How people are going to be talking about that? A guy that just came up from NXT, right? A guy that came up from NXT in his first WrestleMania wins the WWE Championship. That is going to get people talking. That is what I call getting eyes on your product. And that will be legendary from a person from NXT. Exactly, David. From somebody going up to NXT and going on to compete for a world championship in their first WrestleMania. It usually takes people a while before they end up getting a title opportunity, let alone competing for the WWE Championship at a WrestleMania. This is literally positioning Oba Femi in one of the biggest ways possible and one of the best ways possible as well.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness!
Springboard Spanish fly.
But at what cost?
Jaws are dropped here, and the This Is Awesome chance have begun here in London. The springboard Spanish fly, Corey.
Inverted moments ago. Leon Slater again showing the world why he is the talk of this business right now. And Slater would love to head home tonight with the United States title around his waist.
It's so much credit to Carmelo Hayes for keeping up with this open challenge of the United States Championship. This is third defense of the title. We saw him against Johnny Gargano. We saw him in a brutal match against Shinsuke Nakamura just a week ago where his leg was damaged, perhaps some lingering effects there. And now here against Leon Slater in London, and Slater's from Bradford, England, so he got a nice reception. Just 21 years old is Slater, the TNA X Division champion who has impressed on WWE programming and spotlight.
Oh, what a kick. Certainly rocked the jaw of the champion. Mello out of the way just in time. Up and around we go.
How about Carmelo Hayes when he gets the engine revving? Here he goes.
To retain.
Could he?
Carmelo Hayes can't get frustrated. Mello knows that each and every night he is going to step in the ring with the best the business has to offer. And just because that move didn't end the job doesn't mean you can get frustrated, because when you get frustrated, you make mistakes. And the way Leon Slater has looked to this point, that's not something Hayes can afford tonight.
Crowd appreciating what they're seeing, and stylistically, it's as entertaining as anything you will see. A reminder still to come. Have the qualifying match for that fatal four-way as the half crab is put in.
leg. Leon Slater is going for broke tonight off of that side kick that took down Hayes. Nice deep cover, but not enough to crown a new champion.
Gotta take advantage of your opportunities. And Slater, you know what he can do when he goes over the ropes. We've seen it time and again from that Swanton 450 to everything else he can put forth. And now Carmelo Hayes is smart to roll to the outside and be on the apron, but Slater looked to meet him there. Oh, massive chop from Hayes, nearly caving in that sternum. Oh, and look at Slater powering up.
Beautiful.
As Carmelo Hayes drapes down and now is in that target zone.
When it comes to Leon Slater, gravity is less a law than it is a suggestion.
Mello, could he retain right here? Back and forth they go with the seesaw.
Not the seesaw.
Great deal of core strength and energy. Wow!
My, oh my, could this be it? Somehow Hayes is surviving these.
That's what it's all about. Sometimes that's all you can do when you're a defending champion. Play defense. Eat all the offense that you can as long as you don't get pinned or submit.
Did you see him dealing with the leg as he went to rev it up? Did you see that? You could sense it in advance. And that left leg that Shinsuke Nakamura started doing damage on. Leon Slater.
No.
Oh my! Up and over the post. Leon Slater showcasing everything he is here on Smackdown.
The challenger now perched up top once again.
Slater.
Oh.
For that 450 Swanton, but instead Hayes gets out of the way. And how about a first 48?
First 48. 1, 2, kick out.
Still going at it.
Don't close the case just yet. The knee continuing to be a factor for Carmelo Hayes, who just landed his bread and butter. That first 48 can end a game. But look at this from Leon. This is just mind-blowing. This is otherworldly athleticism.
Slater and Hayes stylistically are making magic.
Wait, what match is this? Is the U.S. Championship match. We have Leon Slater and Carmelo Hayes
Certainly not disappointing tonight.
for the U.S. title.
There's that urgency you described, that desperation.
Leon may have gotten a little overzealous. You saw Melo put the brakes on for the moment. Oh no. High risk, high reward.
You got to go for it, though. You get these rare
Uh-oh.
opportunities, Corey.
The gold is on the line from the top rope. Leon Slater looking to dethrone Carmelo Hayes. Will this do it?
United States Championship. He took the challenge. Can he deliver on it?
Uh-oh.
Right now, Leon Slater. Oh!
Cutter by Hayes.
Ooh, with the cutter.
Cutter by Carmelo Hayes.
1, 2.
And he got him.
Whoa, that was an interesting cutter from the top rope. This was a banger match, though. This was a solid match. I like this match. What y'all think, Chad? I thought this match was really good. You can tell Leon Slater is gonna be a big star when it comes to like WWE and he's on Raw or SmackDown. He's gonna be a big star.
He dethroned Ilya Dragunov. This time pays even bigger dividends. Kudos to Leon Slater, who absolutely proved to the world once again he belongs on the biggest stages in the world. What a battle tonight in London.
He's 21 years old. Leon Slater, give credit to Carmelo Hayes for taking on all these challenges.
Nakamura, you looking at that U.S. title like it still belongs to you. You had your chance. You blew it. Once MFTs take those tag team titles, that U.S. championship, it's mine. Because you and I go way back. This is your one and only one.
わからん。良くも悪くも。タマ、お前は後者だ。ずいぶん日本にいた頃とは違うじゃないか。そのうちわかる。本当の味方かどうかな。ここじゃ分かりゃしねえ。家族ですらな。
Are they making him become a babyface or something?
Can you believe those two dorks fell for it last week?
No. And like, who even wears a turtleneck anymore?
Right?
Like, what?
I'm
what
a
is
man.
that?
I'm not a turtle. They're not practical.
Johnny, I just want to be the better man, and I'm trying to save you from a beating, so why don't you hand over the mask now?
I don't have your mask.
Oh, grow up, dude. Grow
We're
up.
gonna go do married stuff. I'll see you later, man. Wait, what's happening?
Surprise! Oh, the other surprise is that I went to go talk to Nick Aldis, and me and you will be going one-on-one next week. So after I beat some respect into you, my amigo over here is going to do the same thing and take that mask back. So, enjoy it whilst you still can, pal.
This is low-key kind of funny.
Pledge your allegiance.
That's my favorite time of the week, Joe. Why would it be?
No, I feel like they're trying to tease something, some type of something going on right here with at least some. I don't know if it's like an allegiance or something that they're potentially building up between like Shinsuke and Tama. Because they do have history going back to like New Japan and everything like that. So it's like there is some type of maybe respect there. But I don't know what that could honestly be. But that's what I feel like they're doing. They're teasing something between Tama Tonga and Shinsuke. What if it might be a match or maybe a partnership or some type of allegiance along the lines of that. I could see them doing that. I just feel like there's something brewing there. I really do. I just feel like there's something brewing there. I don't know what specifically it could be, but there is definitely something brewing there that I feel like they could honestly explore, and everything like that. This is not the best match, but it's still good though. Not him being catering, nah. I don't know about that, chat. I don't know about that one. Shinsuke might not be getting booked the best, but when it comes to like him in the ring, he is very much one of the very best in there.
Chelsea Green. She has family here in the UK, so some friends and family here.
Oh, we got Jay Cargill out here too.
Very smart.
It has to be MFTs for me. What has Leo's? I think Tama Tonga's going to go after the U.S. title. I do think that's what they're doing.
Of herself in the Royal Rumble match. She's dominated NXT in recent history. And Chelsea Green is making a big mistake attempting to match power with the Juggernaut.
Chelsea Green's first match since losing the U.S. title, and Jordan Grace off to a very strong start, and you can see Jade Cargill looking on here in London. Of course, their recent interactions, you understand why. Vertical delayed suplex. Jordan Grace.
She is a powerhouse in every sense of the word.
Put a clock on it.
Cover here.
There's Grace, lateral press, and Chelsea Green.
I wonder with those ruby red boots if Chelsea's wishing there was no place like home right now.
Home's not that far away for a portion of her life. It was in lower here in the UK.
She's a citizen of the world, Tessitore, which is all the more reason you should show the proper respect.
You are such a patriot. Oh, the fire with a big kick. Right to the chin of Jordan Grace. Can Chelsea Green take
Leo, what
advantage?
is Chelsea Green doing? I don't even know. I honestly don't know.
Hooks the leg and Grace doesn't allow for it.
I wish I had the answer for you.
Into the corner goes Jordan Grace. Chelsea has a golden opportunity to really spoil the evening for the Juggernaut and extinguish some of the hype of Jordan Grace.
Look at this.
Sternum first.
Backslide and then right back up. Delivers the big clothesline.
just in time.
Eats an elbow, though.
I know you guys at home can't see it, but Jade Cargill is just over here grinning as she watches this. I don't know if she's amused and she's entertained or she's getting hungry and eager to feast on one of these two competitors in the future.
Grace, three-time TNA Knockouts World Champion. Would you look at this? That is dynamic. As the suplex with the leg up. And now Grace powering up. Oh, and that direct effect. That cartwheel driver. And that does it. The direct effect.
Here is your winner.
Yo, what's good? Jay Green, what's good? What's good? What's good? After Finn versus Punk, I think Judgment Day will crumble after that because Finn hates Dom and Dom hates Finn leading them. Could Dom show up on Monday? And that could be the reason he doesn't win.
Miniature golf clap.
Hey, champ. I'm glad that you came out here tonight to watch me. It's extremely important that you know exactly what's coming for you. Now, if watching tonight was just enough, that's fine. But if you're finally tired of babysitting that title, then you should step into the ring right here, right now.
She calling out the champ.
Jade is she will not back down.
Yeah, you know the response you're going to get. Here comes the champ. Jade Cargill up on the apron.
Bold move by Jordan Grace to summon the storm. Oh no!
Chelsea went running into the back of Grace, who got out of the way, and Jade Cargill, the champ, is
She
down.
didn't mean it. Jade, she didn't, and Chelsea did not mean that.
And now Jade's championship is in the hands of Jordan Grace. And then just tosses it to the floor in front of Jade.
They're gonna probably make this a Saturday Night Event, a Rumble.
Careful, Juggernaut.
Here's Kathy.
Babysitting the title's crazy. Yeah, facts.
Trick Williams, massive win tonight. You didn't just ease your way onto SmackDown, you jumped right into the deep end. So what does this confirm for you at this point in your career that you are now heading into a #1 contenders match in a fatal four-way?
Allow this to be your warning. I'm putting all of SmackDown on notice. All you bums, bobbleheads, and bootlickers, Trick Williams is that dog. Yeah, I look like money. I feel like money. Because Trick Williams is money. And I want to send a special shout out. Congratulations to Randy Orton and Damian Priest. Congratulations, because you officially have a match with the future of the business. Let's talk about it.
Well,
And I know they like to chant whoop that trick. Hold on a second. But on Saturday, I'm going to whoop that ass. You feel me?
I was going to say at Saturday night's main event.
Jay Greens, appreciate the sub.
You're the guy that likes to do a lot of this. I don't. We already know what's up on Saturday night's main event. But I know you're free on Friday. And I'm free to whoop that trick.
Whew. This is gonna be a good main event, y'all, chat. Kiana James needs to be in a nah. The heck. What has to be the best match for me? Damian vs. Solo was good. Leon Slater was good though. I gotta give it to Leon and Carmella. That was a good match. Honestly, it might be Ilya and Sammy because we know what their history is. We know that these two can deliver in the ring. So I do think it is a possibility that this could be the match tonight. Okay, shout out to them both. But I do think so. Apparently, like I said earlier, apparently Tiffany Stratton could be the opponent for Jade Cargill at WrestleMania if they're not gonna go. Because I did hear that they probably do want to make that match happen.
Hey, this is going to heat up the winter in Quebec. Friday night Smackdown and Saturday night's main event coming to the Bell Center in Montreal. Next Friday the 23rd, Saturday the 24th, and combo and individual event tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster. And as far as that Friday goes, Corey, what a night it's going to be.
We've talked about how the women's tag team division has been red hot as of late.
So they're doing a number one contendership triple threat match next week.
For the women's tag team championship, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair will battle Nia Jax and Lash Legend, and the third team of Julia, the United States champion, and Kiana James.
And I want you to consider the emotion surrounding this tag team championship match. The Wyatt Six against the MFTs, and considering what has happened the last 2 weeks with the cherished family lantern of the Wyatt Six in the hands of the MFTs, that's next Friday.
And two of the four men who will compete at Saturday night's main event in the number one contenders fatal four-way will square off. Just made official moments ago, Trick Williams will go one-on-one with Damian Priest next Friday on SmackDown.
Now, our qualifying match, our final qualifying match for the number one contender fatal four-way. You know, back in October, Ilya Dragunov, Sami Zayn, they went to war.
Why can't Drew, Cody, and Roman do a triple threat? I honestly feel like they could do that, but I feel like they could set something up where maybe like in the Rumble, where it comes down to like the final four, Roman throws out Cody or something along the lines of that, and then you could make that segue into like their own feud at Mania. Let's go, Kiana James next week. Holy Kiana, how are we? I mean, she's getting a chance to compete for a championship next week. So I get so they're already did a number one contendership match recently to crown the person who's going to be facing for the tag titles at Saturday Night Main Event. Maybe this is going to be for maybe the Royal Rumble. Maybe that whoever wins that competes for the Royal Rumble, or they may compete maybe between Rumble and Chamber, or even at the Chamber itself. I don't know what the logistics of when that match is going to happen, but it should be soon. She's ways to not. She's gonna get. I feel like it's a possibility they could get the opportunity because the feud that's been going on between both Alexa and Charlotte, and then Nia and Lash. Those two have been kind of feuding each other. Who's to say that those two don't cancel each other? Other than Julia and none other than Julia and Kiana get an opportunity. Who's to say that they don't? I could see them doing that. What's good, Alex? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good with you? What did I miss on SmackDown? So, pretty much Damien advanced, Trick advanced. Number one contendership is going to be happening next week for the women's tag team titles. We have Alexa and Charlotte, Nia and Lash, and Julia and Kiana. WWE tag team titles are going to be happening next week. Damien versus Trick is happening next week. Cody and Jacob will be taking place on none other than Saturday Night Main Events. Cody also announced he is going to be competing in the Royal Rumble match, so he's the first entrant from both the men's or women's side that has announced for the Royal Rumble match, and everything like that. So that's pretty much the main talking points there. Um, and Jordan Grace stepped up to Jade Cargill, so that could be a potential match that they set up for Saturday Night Main Event next week as well, or they might hold off on that for the Royal Rumble. Rumor is Hobbs will be debuting the SmackDown after Rumble in the States. They could be doing that. They could do that, or they could maybe have him be an appearance in the Rumble. I wouldn't put it past WWE to do that. No bread, no water, just. That's exactly what that would be.
On the other hand, follows his heart. Dragunov is all feeling, all adrenaline, all the time, and it served him very well, but it can also be Dragunov's worst enemy.
Well, he just moved down and another elbow to the back of the head. Sammy's got to cover up there.
Ilya knows he's got to be ruthless. This is exactly how the Mad Dragon wants it. A big believer of iron sharpening iron. Dragunov wants every opponent to fight their very best at the top of their game because Dragunov wants to beat you with honor.
I mean, there are things when you watch Dragunov match.
Nah, facts, man.
I'll just tell you one of the small ones that you see time and again when you're this close. Simply the way he exhales. Simply how much he's giving the energy, the inhale and exhale, his lung capacity.
How about the fact that both of these men are just standing here willingly DDT, striking each other in the face? Could that be enough?
Could that be enough for Sami?
To your point, Joe, I honestly, being around Dragunov a lot more recently, it's like he's the next step in human evolution.
Yeah.
The man has built himself into a machine. He has taken all the pain that he's endured throughout his entire life and used it to build himself a body of armor, solid muscle, explosive offense. Dragunov is a machine.
Sami checking his teeth there? Sami saying if something's missing?
Anytime you're in the ring with Dragunov, it's a real possibility.
Leo still loves Liv. LOL. I'm a fan. I'm a fan, Alex. I'm a fan.
Look at this. Sami Zayn just teeing off now.
Kick right to the head of Dragunov. It's turned into that kind of a match.
Trying to wrestle Dragunov into a more favorable position and got caught. Sami got caught.
Able to lock up that left ankle before Sami was able to get to the corner.
Oh my God. That right hand from Zayn just busted open the eye of Dragunov.
Isn't there a triple threat? What do you mean, Alex? You said is there a triple threat?
In the last of our qualifying matches for the #1 contender fatal 4-way. That'll be next week at Saturday night.
Is there a triple A show tomorrow night? I'm not sure.
You can see Dragunov's been busted open by a straight right moments ago. Sami Zayn made full connection right on the eyebrow of the former United States champion, but that can backfire. Dragunov feels more alive than ever right now. He knows he's in a fight.
Working his way, trying to get up to the ropes against Sami Zayn. Back and forth they have gone.
I love Kiana and Roxanne.
Seemingly has him lined up here in
Well,
London.
I mean, both of the people that you love, Record fan, have potential opportunities to become champions.
Sami saw the opening, made the most of the opportunity, but it was not enough to keep
Because
Ilya down.
Liv and Roxanne compete for the women's tag team titles next week at Saturday Night Main Event, and then next Friday you have Kiana and Julia competing for a women's tag team title opportunity.
Classic back in October when Dragunov defeated Sami to become the U.S. champion. Since then, Dragunov has taken on all challengers, but here in 2026, he wants the big target. He wants to fight for the undisputed championship. Sami, of course, would love to get his hands on Drew McIntyre. Was going for Blue Thunder. It didn't deliver. Instead, a little Constantine special. A Constantine special from Dragunov.
Turns Sami inside out, and just like that, Dragunov back in this battle, perched on top, the Mad Dragon.
Ooh.
Oh my, missile style to advance. So close was Ilya.
Almost the entire way, sorry, at least halfway across the ring. Dragunov making contact, but not enough to finish Sami Zayn. A man who has his sights set on World Championship gold. Uh-oh, this could be it. This could be the perfect position for the Mad Dragon to drop it.
Here comes the H-bomb. Oh, he got the boot up.
Up kick by Zayn.
Sami got the boot up.
I told you.
Hey, appreciate that, Alex. Appreciate it.
Same trick twice. Looking for the corner exploder. Dragunov knows what's coming.
Trying to line up that exploder, but instead Dragunov, he goes from a squat position to a kick, and it's Sami who's compromised in the corner.
It caught Zayn right between the eyes. Here comes Ilya picking up speed.
Does he ever? And look at, with all that velocity, the impact. Dragunov back to business.
Another massive clothesline in the corner.
Sami's heels are going over his head. Oh, trying to follow him.
Dragunov lured Sami in. Ilya realized Sami was trying to follow him with a haluva kick, and the Dragon sensed it coming.
That was a close call.
Right leg was draped awkwardly over the top rope, and now Dragunov out on the apron with Sami, and Sami able to fight his way out of position, still awkwardly meshed into the rope.
Correct me if I'm mistaken, but that Death Valley driver on the apron was the prelude to Ilya becoming United States champion.
And now
Torpedo Moscow on the apron. Zayn may be out cold.
And with that, the body's draping down. Here's your Torpedo Moscow on the apron, and both bodies draping down. Our competitors have extended themselves again, giving so much. And now the count, reaching 7 as Dragunov enters the ring. Zayn at the very last second. Wow.
Uh-oh. Powerbomb.
Sami should have stayed on the outside.
If they were my teachers, I would have stayed late at night. Just, hey, yo, you gonna get them in trouble.
Zayn got the knees up.
The senton backfires. The knee hit him in the back of the head. And now the exploder. Sami Zayn trying to be the last to qualify for the #1 contender fatal four-way.
Haluva kick. 1, 2, and Sami advances. Are they ending this early or something? I couldn't even do it if I even tried, unfortunately, Alex. I would look completely goofy if I tried to do that.
With an opportunity of a lifetime, the haluva kick from Sami Zayn topples the Mad Dragon and earns Sami entry into the #1 contenders fatal four-way.
Look at that
a week
foursome.
from tomorrow.
Look at that foursome. Trick Williams with Randy Orton.
Speaking of Trick from behind.
Trick Williams just attacked Sami from behind. The young, brash, bold, rising star, the newest addition. Oh, the trick shot! He lowered the knee pad and delivered a brutal trick shot.
He didn't just deliver a trick shot, Joe. Trick Williams just made a declaration. He's coming for the undisputed WWE Championship.
The Viper, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, and that man in the fatal four-way next week in Montreal.
I'm gonna be running this a long time, huh? What you thought this was, huh?
Okay, so that's the end of SmackDown, you guys. They pretty much, I thought there was for a split second, they were going to have something happen to where, for whatever reason, they could have, I was thinking they were going to have maybe Randy Orton come out, they have all the participants that's going to be in the Fatal 4-Way be out there to have like a little mini brawl. Drew is not losing No, I don't think so, Katie. He's not losing the championship this soon. I don't see him honestly losing it till WrestleMania. I know a lot of people were saying he's gonna probably lose it before then. I honestly feel like he might not lose it until WrestleMania. Because if you think about it, here's the thing: you have Royal Rumble. We're already gonna be having a potential match there, so he's gonna win that. We don't know what the chamber is gonna be like. Could somebody be competing for a shot? If they're going to go with what I think they're going to go with and have somebody compete for an opportunity to face him at WrestleMania, that clears him until WrestleMania. But, however, if there's a chance that he has to defend the WWE Championship inside the Elimination Chamber, that's going to put a lot of things up in the air as far as the possibility of him retaining and going into WrestleMania. Because I'm telling you this right now, they are going to do that for one of the chamber matches this year. One of the chamber matches this year will not be for an opportunity to compete for the championship. I think it will be for the championship. And I think with everything that's going on right now, I think we will have the women's. I think for the women's match, I think we're going to get a women's match and a men's match. I think for the women's, I think it will be for the WWE Women's Championship. I think we will have a championship for the women's match inside the Elimination Chamber because I think how they're going to set that up, I think you're going to have Bianca in there. You're going to have Jade Cargill in there. You might have Julia in there. You're going to have, who else? Jordan Grace in there. That's 4 spots right there. You could add maybe Chelsea Green for a 5th. And then maybe for a 6th, maybe I don't know who else could be the 6th person, honestly. I'm trying to think, maybe Alexa or Charlotte. There you go. You got a women's championship match for the chamber right there. Then for the men's match, I think maybe you have that be a number 1 contendership, which will be for the Raw side. Because I do think whoever wins the Royal Rumble is going to go after Drew McIntyre unless it is Braun Breaker. If Braun Breaker, however, wins the Royal Rumble, he's going to choose CM Punk. But if for whatever reason they end up going with something along the lines of having somebody like a Roman Reigns win the Rumble or Sami Zayn or someone along the lines of that, right? They are going to end up choosing Drew McIntyre. So that's why I think having the number 1 contendership be for the World Heavyweight Championship and having the WWE Women's Championship for on SmackDown be defended inside the Elimination Chamber. You have your 2 chamber matches. There you go. Setting things up for WrestleMania because we know they're going to set things up for Jade Cargill and Bianca potentially at WrestleMania. Who do you think wins at Saturday Night Main Event? As far as which match are we talking about? Are we talking about the entire card? Are we talking about the a specific match? What is it? Imagine if Seth returns at Mania and costs Braun Breaker his moment. I could see them doing that, honestly. Based off everything that we've been seeing, we know he might not be in-ring ready for WrestleMania, but who's to say he doesn't, hit a curb stomp or at least some type of physicality. That's what I was saying. Could Seth return possibly at Mania? I think he's going to return at Mania. I think it's a possibility. I don't know if he's going to have a match, but I could see him doing something from a physical aspect. Okay, no, that's good for the chamber. Exactly. Having that, the women's championship being defended, because I think with the Raw side, I think a lot of things are kind of already set up already. I think the SmackDown is not really as set, so that's why I think having the chamber match be used for the WWE Women's Championship to prolong the story between Jade Cargill and Bianca and making it more interesting for more people to want to see this match happen. And it creates a sympathy. You want to create sympathy for Bianca going after this championship. If there's a situation in the chamber where pretty much Bianca has the match won, but pretty much Jade Cargill uses some type of tactics to get the upper hand and win the match, that's creating sympathy and that's continuing the storyline, but making it a little bit more intriguing rather than her coming back and winning the Rumble and facing her for the title. We can create a different narrative for her going after that championship. And then I think that's what you want. If you're setting things up for Mania, you want to create as much buzz around it as you can, create much story behind it as you can. Leo, there is a bug on the wall behind you. Are you sure about that? I don't see anything. It will be his 12th loss. If Sami Zayn faces for the championship, it will be his 12th loss because Drew McIntyre made it very clear It's 11-0. Drew McIntyre's won 11. Sami Zayn has won 0. Let's get Roman versus Seth build up for a good 12 months for Mania 43. Not Seth versus Braun Breaker. If Liv is facing Raquel for the title at Mania, so what are they gonna do with Roxanne? You could make I could see a situation where they're trying to, because I feel as if what's happening here, right? You could see maybe Roxanne, it's torn between both Liv and Raquel. We don't, pretty much in the middle. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know what side to pick. You could maybe add her in this and make it a triple threat. But you also got to understand they're going to want Stephanie in this match as well. So either you're going to do one of, there's a few options that you can go with, and you guys can let me know which option you would much rather want to see. You could do Liv versus Stephanie. You could do Liv versus Raquel, because that has a story. We also seen a tease between Liv and Stephanie a couple of weeks ago as setting up for a potential match at WrestleMania. We also we could see something along the lines of this happening. We could see Raquel, Liv, and Stephanie in a triple threat for the Women's Championship, or you could set things up for a fatal four-way for the Women's World Championship, including Stephanie Vaquer, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez. 3 members of the Judgment Day all battling it out with Stephanie to become champion. That's going to create an internal struggle within the Judgment Day, not just for the championship, just for power in itself. That is an interesting storyline on top of them going after the championship. I like a fatal four-way. I think they could set that up if they want to do it right, because you can have Liv is going to be the clear-cut babyface in all this. Roxanne Perez will be like the tweener, right? Roxanne Perez will be the tweener because she doesn't know whose side to pick. Does she want to align with Raquel, or does she want to align with Liv? We could see something like that happening. Or, if you really wanted to, you could see a situation where maybe it's a triple threat, like I said, and you have Roxanne on the outside, and you could tell a story of who she's going to align with, and whoever maybe she helps, that's the person she aligns with. You could do that. You could tell that story there. You could honestly tell that story in there. If you really wanted to do one-on-one with Liv and Raquel, that is an interesting story, because now you can have pretty much a Roxanne being on the outside, not really knowing what to do, whose side to take, who to align with. That is going to create an interesting narrative going into Mania. I don't like that just let Raquel win her versus Liv at Mania, then have Roxanne win Money in the Bank. Or you have Roxanne win Queen of the Ring and have her compete for the Women's Championship at SummerSlam. That's going to be an interesting big deal right there. But I agree with your saying, Katie. Me personally, I wanted to see Liv and Raquel straight up one-on-one for the Women's World Championship. But it's also going to be a thing where, what does Stephanie Vaquer do? Does she still have some type of way into this? Roxanne should have won the Money in the Bank last year, though. I agree. I thought she was going to win last year. But maybe she betrays them both because she doesn't know who to go with. Or you could do that. Or what if she picks a side? What if she picks a side? What if it's Raquel? Or if it's Liv? Maybe she does pick a side there. Or, like I said, Liv turns on, or the Judgment Day is playing Liv, even though Liv is trying to beat them to it. They turn on her, and she becomes a babyface. Because you got to understand, WWE want to position her as a babyface again. They do. And if you're trying to do that, this is a great way, from a story perspective, to set that up. Yeah, because if you got to think of it, Queen of the Ring is going to set up SummerSlam, right? Money in the Bank isn't until after SummerSlam. So unless you're going to have her be in the mid-card till then, going after the IC title, then I don't see her being in a World Championship picture until either SummerSlam or sometime after that. That's the only way I can see them doing that. Because she's winning the Queen of the Ring, it's setting up for SummerSlam. If it's not SummerSlam, then she's going to have to wait till Money in the Bank, because they're going to want Money in the Bank to be a big thing coming out of SummerSlam, setting the tone for Survivor Series, Crown Jewel, and all those type of pay-per-views, right? And WrestlePalooza. You're going to have something big setting up for those last few months of the year. Okay, that's not bad for a babyface. Yeah. So we have Queen of the Ring and Money in the Bank around the same time. So Queen of the Ring will be, I believe, in June or July, because SummerSlam is in August, and Money in the Bank will be in September. So that's gonna be the month after that. De- Solo definitely not. I think NXT Restore will maybe they do end up doing Obafemi. Could they do Obafemi winning the King of the Ring? Because it fits his character being the ruler, right? Him winning the King of the Ring definitely fits his character. And you're setting him up in a big way as well within his first year. Roxanne chooses Raquel. She can be on Liv's side and then betrays. And yeah, you could set that up, Dave. You could do that. But you also got to understand they want to set Liv up as a babyface, so you're gonna turn Roxanne babyface too. Are you gonna turn her, or are you gonna have Raquel who stay the heel and have Roxanne stay heel and Liv go face? Because that's what they're gonna try to do. I feel like that's what they're gonna set up. That's what they're gonna set up. They're definitely gonna set that matchup, chat. I'm telling you that right now. They could set that up in a plethora of different ways. Because there's a plethora of ways they can set that matchup. Solo or Buzz for King of the Ring. I wouldn't say that. It just depends on how they book it and who's going to be in the tournament and everything like that. Because I wouldn't mind seeing Obafemi in it. Because you got to think, Obafemi is going to be a guy that they're really going to try to be pushing. They're really going to be trying to push the guy. Why are we letting NXT stars cut the line? I mean, when has that really been a thing, though? Who has, I mean, in your opinion, who has cut the line, honestly? Because if you think about it, I haven't really seen anybody cut the line. If anything, they usually have a lot of them start off in the mid card. If you look at Carmelo Hayes, he's been in the mid card. He hasn't really done much. I mean, granted, like they had him be like an earlier draft pick, but then again, it's like he just now started really getting the ball going with that. Look at Javon Evans. He hasn't really been done much either. Cirque Williams, they're doing something with him. Jordan Grace, they're doing something with her. But for Dom and Finn, if they're going to have a match, JD will make his return and betray one of them. He could betray Dom and align with Finn, right? You could do that. Because we don't know what the severity of his injury is, so they could be holding him off for a while. Because I think last year they had him come back the night after Mania, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what they did. From what I know, that's what they did. Braun Breaker literally cut the line. He hasn't even won the world championship though, Oracular fan. He hasn't won. I mean, the only thing he's really won is the IC title. So it's like he has. I mean, if he was automatically coming in and winning world championships, beating everybody, then okay, we might have something there. But at the very least, he has not won the world championship yet. So it's like they're still taking their time and trying to build him up before they probably pull the trigger on that. Because I think if he's coming in at the Rumble, I can see them setting something up where he's just coming in and wrecking everybody on his path to winning. Or maybe they're going to hold him off from the Royal Rumble so he doesn't have the opportunity to win and he has to go through the chamber to do it. I can see Roxanne getting closer to Liv so she can take Dom from her. I don't know. And with Raquel holding the title, we get to see Liv emotions about Raquel holding the title. Maybe you're onto something. You're definitely onto something. Maybe this is all part of everybody's trying to play each other, right? And it's gonna all blow up, right? I can see Liv Morgan win the Rumble, maybe by eliminating accidentally. I can see something in the match, right? Where Liv Morgan accidentally eliminates Roxanne from the match, right? Liv goes on to win the match. Roxanne's gonna be looking at Liv a little bit different because she's gonna think, oh, you eliminated me when we were supposed to be working together so we can be in the final two and it'll be everyone from themselves. You also have, Roxanne probably going to be trying to get Dom, like you said, but on top of that, Raquel is the champion. Liv Morgan wants that championship. That's going to cause some emotions between those two. And then on path to that, Roxanne ends up getting with Dom. That's going to make Liv an even bigger babyface on the grand scheme of things because she's been turned her back on by Dom, a person that she tried to trust in Roxanne, and she feels betrayed by Raquel. So therefore, she's kicked out of the Judgment Day, and you're telling the story of a copy and paste from a couple of years ago when we had Bayley in the Damage Control faction. Bayley won the Royal Rumble. Then what ended up happening? Damage Control turned on her. And then pretty much what ended up happening, Bayley made her choice to who she was going to face at WrestleMania, which was Io Sky. That led to their match at WrestleMania 40. We ended up getting that match and everything like that. And then in the end, Bayley got her win and everything. He's only 3 months away from being a world champion. That's 12 months as a Paul Heyman guy becoming a world champion. Man, you got a point there. And the NXT champion, but it's still not the world championship. I mean, he was NXT champion. I forgot about that. But that was so long ago. It felt like that was like in 2022 or something like that, or 2023. Because he came to the main roster. What did he do? He pretty much was competing for the Intercontinental Championship and everything. Yeah, she'll be going for Dom, and then Liv will fight Raquel for the Women's Championship. Maybe she has to fight both of them on the path to Mania. She has to overcome these emotions that she's feeling because she feels betrayed, being kicked out, overcoming Roxanne, trying to get through to Raquel, and everything like that. And then she also has to deal with everything that's happened with none other than Dominic. So you have that there, right? What if on the path, maybe we do like a tag match or something? Maybe it could be Liv, Rhea for one night only versus Raquel and Roxanne. Why not do that? You could be setting things up in a potential interesting way on the path to none other than WrestleMania. That's kind of what I'm just thinking. That's kind of just like my little thought process on what they could be potentially setting up here. But that's the end of the live stream, you guys. I appreciate everybody stopping through for SmackDown. We will probably do this again for Monday Night Raw, but I do plan on Sunday or Saturday to do a reaction video of the men's Rumble like we did earlier this week. So stay tuned for that. I do plan to do that with you guys, and we'll react to it and have a good time and everything like that. We also have Raw coming next week. We got NXT next week, SmackDown this coming week as well. And then we also got Saturday Night Main Event next week, and then pretty much the Royal Rumble the very next week after that. So it's a lot of jam-packed wrestling that's going to be happening over this next 2 weeks for sure, and everything like that. But I appreciate everybody stopping through. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 2,000. It's 10,000 by the end of 2026. Let me read these last two comments, and then we'll head out. Nah, Dominic is betraying everyone he loved. Rhea, Liv. So Dom, you need to stop. True. You can just tell they are stars that Helmsley doesn't like because how good they are and how he hates how good they are. Like Austin Theory, Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, and Karrion Kross, Carmelo Hayes. I mean, there's been people that's been calling that out. So you could be onto something there too. I mean, we'll have to see where a lot of these stars end up throughout the rest of 2026 as far as like their position on the card and everything like that, and what storylines we'll see a lot of these stars getting into leading into WrestleMania and stuff like that. So we will have to see. But I appreciate everybody stopping through. Have a great rest of your Friday, everything like that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Too Sweet, Heart Handshake